Greetings and salutations. My name is Tish and welcome to the Artist Haven. In this live stream, we're going to revisit some things because I was kind of thinking about stuff. I've been kind of playing a little bit already, but let's get some music started and let's talk about things. So last night, or on the last live, we made these. We made two of them where they had the intuitive scripting underneath and the splatters underneath, and then the schmooshes underneath, and then we splattered on top of it. And I like it. But what were to happen if we were to do the splattering first? Like we hit it with some spray paint, you know, and do that first, and then come back and do the intuitive scripting. What would happen? I mean, obviously not much, but I mean, no, there's no art police gonna come arrest us. So let's play with that idea a little bit. Let's bring out, this is some of the Amazon packaging we made the other day. And you know, now this is dry a little bit. We can take a ruler, if I can find one. Hey, I put them away. Imagine that. Wonders never cease. So let's try this. So I'm gonna take those and put them in the pile over there. And I'm just tearing it off just for the simple fact that it makes it easier. But the rest of it I'm gonna leave on there because then it's splattered and spray painted for our next collage that we want to do. So yeah, it's kind of works out. No, I kind of had a lot of fun with said splatter markers. Let me move my mouse out of the way because I don't want to get splatters all over him. I don't know why my mouse is a him. I don't know. I don't know why they say it feels good in the hand when they're talking about phones. I don't understand certain things. Okay. So let's spray some paint. And I was having a heck of a time trying to get paint to spray, but you know what? Now it's gonna work. So let's just do some mixed spritzertons here. Let's go with this magenta, maybe. See, it's just giving me a hard time, and I don't know why. So if you don't know the brands of paint that I'm using right now, it's because there isn't a brand. It's the Tish brand. It's the Artist Haven brand. I have a DIY video on how to make these, and if you actually take care of your sprayers, I do not, because I get in a moment and then I start using them and then I forget about them for like 3 days. So they get kind of gunked up. Don't say it, do as I say, not as I do. Is that the phrase? So yeah, now we got some sprays coming and some splatters. And so this is why I like these. These are just cheap Walmart spray bottles, probably the equivalent that you get on Amazon. There we go, because that's fun. And there's some black. Let's do some black over here, because black kind of helps fill in gaps. You can see, and this is why I have everything covered, well, except my lap. My lap is bare open. But let's see, let's do some of this green. And there was one that was kind of spraying kind of wonkerdoodle, but I liked it. See, we kind of can go in kind of tight with these. And I think it was the red. Let's see if the red was the one that was going. Oh yeah, see? It just does its own thing. and says, I'm red. I'm going to do what I want to do. There we go. There we go. Okay, now we're going to take this purple and we're going to do this fan brush inside of it and kind of stir it around. And then we're going to make it not look like a crime scene anymore. So I'm just kind of taking this bottle that I have here and I'm putting it in there and stirring it around. And there's a little bit of foam on there, so that kind of gives kind of cool texture sometimes. So yeah. There we go. Now, this may have no rhyme nor reason, and that's okay, because that's not what we're going for here. We're going for organized chaos, okay? Oops, I almost put that inside the bottle. Jeez, oh Pete. Okay, now we're gonna come back with a twisted citron, because that's like my favorite color. And we're just gonna do some misty spots, and then some speckle spots. And it's gonna blend with that purple, and it's gonna make mud. And that's okay, because we like mud. Did y'all make mud pies when y'all were young? I mean, come on. Don't be hating. Embrace the mud. There we go. We're gonna dry these real quick, so I'm gonna mute my microphone so you don't have to listen to the drone of my drone. Okay, so this side is already because this side is done. I think we're gonna do this side kind of similar, but let's do the intuitive scripting on here. I'm gonna let this dry further so we don't smooge it. So let's take, so listen to me, I sound all Minnesotan, don't you know? Let's take this kind of, that's too close. Let's get something that's a little brighter. Let's do a white. This is the one that we were doing the smooches with, but I think it would look really cool to do some scripting with the white marker. Don't you know? I like that. There we go. I'm going to turn this, and we're going to do some scripting with this color. I don't know what color it is. It doesn't really give you a color. Oh, it does. It says emerald green. Well, let's do some emerald green. And let's do some smaller scripting. Let's do love and light. And happiness is the key to a good life when you are focused on happiness of others. There we go. Should we do one more? Let's do one more and just kind of make it like spotty. Like, let's do, I know, I'm doing pink. Hold on to your biscuits. I want to know what happened to my gold marker. Did it end up in here? Because I didn't see it. Oh, there's a metallic purple. Violet, maybe. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. I haven't played with my Posca pens in a very long time. Because every time I bring them out, it makes me think of Clara. So, I haven't partaked. Oh, but we got a black one. I know I had a gold one somewhere. Oh, there he is. Ha ha ha. We could do gold. Let's do pink and we'll do gold on the next one. I know I'm doing pink. I know. Mark it on your calendars. And for those of you who are new to this channel and don't know me, I don't like pink. So let's do some just kind of spot, love, light, laughter, happiness, joy, and art. There we go. Let's do a little bit right here. Let's just do a little bit right here. Let's do peace. There we go. A little bit right here. A little bit here. And a little bit right here. And here. There we go. Oh, let's do a little bit right there. There we go. Okay. Look at me. I used pink. Mark it on your cat. See now, I think that looks cool. It's like the writing on the wall. It needs something though. And I know exactly what it needs. And this is completely dry, so that's cool. We're gonna take some of this gold. This is Golden Fluid Acrylics Iridescent Gold Fine. Okay, I'm gonna take this. I have silver and bronze. Ooh, let's do bronze. I changed my mind. Let's do, I got bronze somewhere. Yes. I think, oh, this is my last bottle of bronze too. Oh, sad day. That's okay. It's like 3/4 of the way full. Okay. All right, so let's play with this. It's been a minute since I've played with these colors. And this is dry in here, so I'm not worried about it cross-contaminating. And it's about 1/2 teaspoon splooged in there. And some water. Okay, and then a couple squirts of rubbing alcohol. There we go. So that makes the micas dance. And then we take our handy dandy sad fan brush. We're just gonna mix this in with all of that. The reason why I put the alcohol in it is because it helps it dry faster. And it makes the micas dance. And so they kind of separate from the binders, which can lead to really cool effects. I don't know, I haven't done this in a while with these, but you can see how it's kind of doing its own thing. I kind of like that. I like it when it does its own thing. I'm not a paint Nazi. Probably shouldn't have said that. I apologize to anyone that might have offended. But you see it dancing? It does this cool stuff. I'm gonna just kind of splatter. It's doing this cool like separation thing. It's like oxidizing. Here, let's see if you can see it on the camera. You see it in there? It's dancing. It's happy to be there. So it does this like cool like thing. I'm just gonna kind of paint this off because I don't want to lose this, and we can use this for collage fodder later. Okay. Oh, it's so cool. Okay. I'm gonna clean off my brush a little bit, and we're gonna put this one to this. Oh, let's dry this real quick. I'm gonna mute my microphone so you don't hear the heat gun. Okay, so I like this. I am excited. I am so excited. All right. Let's do the splatters on this other side of the sky. And let's get another piece of paper out here. And we're gonna put this guy over here so I don't spill him. There we go. And we're gonna grab one of these. Okay, so we gotta move some of this stuff. Ah, I didn't think I thought I had a really big table, but now I'm finding out it's not as big as I thought it was. Isn't that the kind of the way of life though? Okay, so let's put some of these over here. Put that over there. And I want to use that marker. Ooh, purple. Okay, so I'm trying to remember what we used on this side. Okay, so we used the red. And of course we used that. And I think we used the peacock feathers. I think actually we used the cracked pistachio and twisted citron, and then we used the purple. Okay. Oh, I've got Mermaid Lagoon. Ooh, that sounds delicious. Okay, I don't know what lid that goes to, but we'll just stick it there because that one needs one. So we're gonna stick this right here. And that's off the camera, and I apologize, but I want to get 2 of these done at a time. And then we're gonna do intuitive scripting on one of these. So this is mostly on the screen. I guess I can move it over a little bit. Okay, and then once we get this done, I have a couple that I did earlier, and we'll start making the tags and stuff so you can see how I do it. It's really actually very simple. It's not, I'm not gonna gatekeep anything that easy. Oh, I probably picked up the wrong blue, but this is kind of cool blue. So we're just gonna go with it. There we go. And then we're gonna hit it with the purple. Now the Distress Oxide sprays I got at the Painted Raven. So if you want to get some yourself, go over to their website and you'll get a 10% discount if you order on the interwebs. If you use the coupon code in the description. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You've got to go into the description, yo. I'm not going to make it that easy for you. You got to work for it a little bit. Other than having to deal with me, I mean, really. I just love this. Oh, it's so fun. I love getting messy. It's okay. I'm washable. I've had people ask me, why don't you wear gloves? I'm like, because gloves don't work for me. First off, I'm allergic to latex, so finding latex gloves is easier, or non-latex gloves is easier now than it used to be. And 2, they're expensive. 3, I would have to have a whole body glove, like for real. Like, cause I don't know about y'all, but I'm kind of a all-in artist. I don't believe in pussyfooting around. I do things. Oops, that ball got stuck. That's what she said. So we're gonna kind of keep this kind of light and fun and airy, and then we're gonna come in with some splatters here. There we go. I'm gonna do some of these splatters. But we're only gonna do this on the edges of this one. There we go. And this guy. And I know you're supposed to shake him like this, but the only reason why he says shake him like that is so you don't get the splatters all over. But you know what? That's what we're here for, right? We're here for the splatters. We're here for the party. So, oh, I love Twisted Citron because it goes, Twisted Citron and Green Gold are very close, but they're far enough away where they still are really cool, like together. And then this red just wants to do whatever it wants to do. So we're gonna let it do whatever it wants to do, except for splatter all over my floor. There we go. One more right there. Oh, that's so awesome. Okay, let's do one up high. There we go. Perfect. Oh, we need a little love right there. There we go. Okay. Okay, we're gonna turn off the microphone and dry these up a little bit. Okay, sorry, I forgot to get a drink. There we go. Sometimes, you know, you're spraying paint and you get it in your mouth. Okay, so this I'm just gonna leave like this because this is one of the envelopes. So we might be making a journal out of this later. But I wanted to show you what you can do with it, you know, to the point. But if I do a journal out of it and I want to have like, I fold it like this and I want to have like top loading pockets, like this might be the cover. So I don't want to do anything to it that can't be used as a cover. I suppose we could do some scripting on it on this side. Yeah, let's do a little bit on this side and let's do a little bit on this guy. So let's see what we got for, I've got this big Mondo purple one. This isn't actually a Liquitex Basics acrylic marker. And you know what? Let's do a black one too. I think I have a black one already open. I want to do a gold. I just want to do all the things. Oh, the chrome would look cool too. Okay, not today though. Refrain, Tish, refrain. Let's get, this should work. Because we have a big purple. Do I have a black one open? I thought I did. Okay, so this is something I need to talk to Stephanie at the Painted Raven and getting is these liquid, these are liquid chrome. These things are amazing. And they're expensive, but amazing. Okay, so one of the other things I wanted to do with this one that I didn't do with the last one is I want to find that barn red candied apple, because I know Steph has this, Stephanie at the Painted Raven has that's candied apple, and I saw this red and I'm like, that's fire red. But I saw the red and I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta use that red because I love that red. And if you love the red too, okay, it'd probably be easier if I just put this in front of me. I'm trying to do two things at once here. Candied apple, fired brick, that's not red. Opa, I'm dropping stuff on the floor. That's mahogany. Yep, aged mahogany. Oh, that might, no, that's not. Yeah, that's barn door. Is the name of the red. It's kind of an orangey red. I don't know. It's supposed to be barn door, which I would think would be a red, you know, but like a bricky, more of a brick red. But I haven't used this one yet. So I just wanted, I want to play with this a little bit. And I'll tell you why, because I want to do like some kind of squigglies in the red because we have more red on here. But I want to take the barn red and then I want to take some water and I take it in my hand and I take it on my fingers and I'm just going to go over it like this. So I'm like intuitive scripting with my fingers. And I love the red. I knew it'd be the right red for this other red. So I'm just taking a little bit of water on my finger and just kind of going over it. So it kind of bloobs it out. It kind of blurs it and makes it pretty. I think it looks cool. So a little bit more water in my hand. We're just gonna... Okay, I can't make a very good cup with my hand apparently. But I just wanted to see what that would look like. And I like it, because you can just take your finger and smudge it. So yeah, if you don't have the distress crayons, go to paintedraven.com and get yourself some, because this is kind of cool. And okay, so here's another thing. We can wet the marker, then blend it out like that. That's kind of fun, huh? That was fun. I like that. Oh goodness. Okay, so we're gonna put these back in here. I like this scripting on top of the splatters. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you like the scripting underneath the splatters, or do you like it above the splatters? So we're gonna take this black and we're gonna open it up, get the ink flowing, and then we're gonna turn this and the other couple ones that I have, and we're gonna turn them into tags and journal spots. And it's really very, very, very simple. It takes a little bit of practice, but it does work. It does go very well. So let me get this marker going. And while we're getting that marker going, let's shake this marker up. I think someone's having fun with fireworks already, because that's what it sounds like to me. Okay, we got some black flowing here. Yep, someone's having fun with fireworks. It's not the 4th of July yet, yo. Okay, so let's do a little script this way. And we're just gonna do love, light, laughter, joy, kiss, happiness, and art flow. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna do a little scribble dabble up here and a little scribble dabble right there. Goodness sakes. And we'll do a little bit here too. Let's do love, light, joy, let's try and do scripting backwards. Everybody writes right to left and left to right, and so we'll just see what we can do backwards. Not very good, but you know what? It's supposed to be intuitive. It's just what we see and what we need and what we feel. Let's do another one up here. I don't know what's going on, but I don't like it. Okay. Let's see if we can get this open. There we go. Now I've had this for a long time. Let's hope it still works. I've never opened it. It's unopened, so Liquitex has never let me down before. Except for the one silver marker. But they, you know what? I wrote to Liquitex and I said, I bought this marker as part of a set. Granted, it was off of Amazon, but it did not work well. So, very disappointed. And they sent me a new set, like the whole set. And they didn't have to do that. They could have just sent me the one marker, or I said, sorry, here's your 10% off coupon, you know? But they didn't. They make good. So shout out to Liquitex. That was a while ago. I don't know how they are as a company now, after all these weird things that are going on in the government. I don't even pretend to know anymore. Okay, we're gonna spoof that so it looks a little more organic. There we go. Okay, let's move this out of the way because we don't need it right now. All right, what can we say? What do we have to say? We have happy birthday or non-birthday, because we love. Do a little thingy there, and a little thingy there, and a little thingy there, and one right there, and maybe one right there. And this is kind of fun. I like just doing this sword piece. There we go. That looks like it's dotting that. Oh, see, now that looks cool. Okay, now let's think of this being on top, and we want hope and joy and peace. And maybe a swoople there and swoople there. And a swoop, and a swoop, and a swoop. And do a re-swoop there, and a re-swoop there, and a swoop, and a swoop. Okay, I love, this is actually purple, of course I'm gonna love this. Okay, so we got that. And then on with the splatters. Look at that. Oxification. Oh, this is gonna be so cool. Okay. Hopefully it will work and stay oxified. We're just gonna let it sit for a minute. Look at that. That's so cool. It's staying. Okay, I'm just gonna let this sit for a minute. I'm not gonna try and dry it. I'm just gonna let it sit and see if that, because I don't know if you can see that. You should be able to see that in the camera. You see how it's turning green? My green is over there. This had gold in it. So that green is the bronze patina. Patina, that was the word I was looking for. So it's got this cool patina on it. So I'm wondering if it will patina as it dries, and it is. Oh, so cool. Okay. So, I gotta find a place to put this. I'm getting it everywhere, and that's okay. Because I'm splattering it everywhere. And I'm okay with that. That's the other thing I need to add to my list on here is the music I use. See, here's my green. This is the green I was using yesterday. So it had nothing to do with the green. It had everything to do with that copper and the rubbing alcohol and the water. It's distilled water, so it shouldn't. Oh, but it's so cool. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, let's take. So I got. Let's say you don't want to do intuitive scripting, you just want to splatter stuff. then just splatter stuff, loves. You don't have to do. I'll put this on the floor right here, so hopefully it stays. So I'll put that right there. Okay, just don't step in it. So here's one I did earlier. This is the one that we just did. And I did these two together so they had the same splatters. But I didn't want to do intuitive scripting on this one. Because what if I want to stamp this one? What if I want to do something else? So I'm going to show you really super fast. I don't do anything really super fast. Even bologna sandwiches take me a minute to prepare. So we're just going to come in here and we're going to anchor down all these little snippets that kind of got raised up when we got them all wet, because sometimes the glue lets loose and that's not the fault of the glue, that's me pushing it to its limit. And just so you know, you can get art glitter glue on the Painted Raven website too. So I do not make commission from her. I secured you guys a coupon and called it good. Because I just really believe in her business and her family, and they've been super welcoming and just amazing. So if I can help her and help you guys out there, then I'm gonna. I don't make any commission. I get nothing from it other than the joy of connecting creatives. That's sincerely, that's all it is. And I don't want a commission. I mean, I'm broke, no joke, but nah. I'd rather get paid for my own thing, for my classes, and because you want to sign up for the memberships, or you know what you want to do. I'm not gonna. No, I mean, yeah, for other companies, yeah, maybe I'll do a brand deal or whatever, if that ever happens. You know, maybe I'll do some live streams on Amazon and get money that way from the carousel or whatever. But I'm not going to use products that she sells on her website, because why? Amazon is a faceless corporation. Painted Raven has a face, has a lot of faces. You know, it's the faces of the community that it thrives in, and I think people forget that when they say, "Oh, it can get it cheaper on Amazon." Well, yeah, you probably can. Actually, art glitter glue is cheaper in her store. Just gonna say. You know, and you're not giving it to some faceless Amazon company. So, but what do I know? I'm just an artist girl. I just, you know, peace, love, and happiness. It's probably why I'm, you know, still broke, no joke. But I don't give away my money. I give away my knowledge, though. Well, mostly. I do teach classes, but it's just because I don't want to, like, the knowledge I have to be lost. I mean, I'm not saying I'm like this all-seeing, all-knowing, omnipotent creature. I'm not Q. But I do know some things. Sometimes. Okay. Okay, I think we got it all. Let's get this here. Okay, I think we got most of it. If we didn't, we'll come back and get it after we cut. Because sometimes you cut and there's little lifty spots because there's little pockets where the glue let go because you put let go because you put too much paint on it or too much water and you just diluted it. I mean, it's glue stick. It's not like, you know, this impermeable adhesive that's going to stand up to all these things, you know. You gotta know the limits of your mediums. And it doesn't take but a minute to go through and just anchor stuff down. Glue it down. I still get a giggle every time I hear that. Okay, let's start with wiping this off and putting the lid back on it. And getting a sip of our beverage and getting our paper cutter. Now, if you don't have a paper cutter, you can use a knife and a self-healing mat and a metal ruler. You can use a scissors. Scissors work, you know, draw yourself a straight line and use your scissors. I just like this because it goes a little bit more quickly for me and my hands aren't what they used to be. Plus I'm all full of paint right now and I don't want to get my scissors all full of paint. So these should fit. So what I like to do is just cut off a chunk. And line it up as best I can. Because that's a 1-inch mark. And that's the 1-inch mark. Because they should be straight-ish. And then we'll just cut this. And then we've got a little collage piece, or you can do, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, what are they called? Why can't I think? Clusters. There we go. Goodness. I'm having like a total brain fart day. So, okay. Now we've got where we can cut it in half, and this is about 12 inches. So we're going to take it to six-ish. Let's do a little bit more than 6. That's fine. Okay. And then we're going to take, and we're going to make it even. Let's do, this is about 13.5 centimeters or 5 1/4. So we got all these little strips to make some really cool stuff out of. See, I just think they'll be really great for clusters, but you know. And then let's make a journaling card out of this one. So let's make it, most of my pockets are 4 1/2 or smaller. So we're gonna make this one 4 1/2. And we're gonna make this one 4 1/2. Well, actually, let's make this one 4. And then we've got this one. And then we're gonna make tags at 3. So you just kind of pick your height and your width and what you want to do with them. Most tags are 3 inches wide, most. I'm not going to say all because I can't be all inclusive like that. That wouldn't be right of me to assume. But they're anywhere from 2.5 to 3. You can look online, Google it, talk to ChatGPT, whatever your modus operandi is, and look at these. So now we can take these are our tag bases, and we can take all of these and snip the corners, or we can round the corners, or we can do whatever we want with them, and then we can build something off of them. So we've got all these bases that we can build from, and that's what we'll be doing in the next couple of days here. We'll be using them for other things too. So I'm going to take and move this for a second. And we're going to do one more, and then I'm going to let y'all go for the day. But I want to tear this off, and I need to find my metal ruler in order to do that. And my heat gun is going to fall on the ground. There we go. I got to get my setup a little bit more not so janky. So let's see. So we're 12 inches right there. So let's run this along here. So we got some paper there. And slide this down. Because my paper cutter is 12 inches. Now, if you have an 18-inch ruler, God bless you. Because I have one, I just don't know where it went. I know I have a 24-inch one, and I have a 36-inch one, which is a yardstick, because I use that to cut my journal bases. Okay, that's not gonna work. I gotta do it this way. That's gonna drive me a little crazy. Okay. There we go. And then take this out. See, we got all these cool things for, look at that. It's so cool. We got all these pieces for making clusters. Or, you know, we'll use these for embellishing things. And then we've got journal bases and tags right here. And we're gonna make some more right here. So I think this is about 14 inches long. And I can move this. Okay, I think this is about 14. Yeah, so we're gonna cut this piece at about 1.5, because then we have these cool edgy pieces that we can rip down and ink, and this can be a page edge, you know? So think of these things while you're cutting. And then we're gonna cut this one at 1.5-ish, or 2. Actually, let's do 2, because then 2-ish. Well, let's make this, yeah. This will be 10, and this piece of paper will be 10 3/4 then. So this is 2-ish. And then we got another one where we can do the inky edges, or we can come in with a cool stamp, or, you know, you got all these cool things. And then we're gonna take this and we're gonna cut this, and let's do 4 inches. 4 and 4 is 8. And then this is at a little over 4, so we'll leave that. And then we're gonna take, and we're gonna cut these in half. So what's this? That's just under, over, just 10 3/4, so let's do 5.5. Then they'll be a little bit different from each other. Okay, Look how cool those are. As a background, oh, I'm loving this. I don't like pink, but I'm so loving this. Okay, so we're gonna do that again here. Now the other cool thing is because we are cutting them at this length, let's do 5 1/4-ish. We can come back and turn these into tab clusters, you know, and then make them into tabs. We can do all these cool things with this stuff. We don't have to just keep them at journal tags and, you know, journaling bases and tags. You can do whatever the flop you want, yo. So it's just all in how you really want to do it, you know? Okay, let's do one more, and we're not gonna do that one because we'll cut that one later. But I wanted to show you because we still have pockets and stuff. So, is this gonna fit in here? Yes, it'll fit in here if I cut that. So, here we go. We're gonna take out our pinking shears. These are pinking shears. They have the little zigzag cutter, little bobber, and we're gonna just cut this like that because it's fun. And I can't cut a straight line, and so pinking shears makes it look like it's supposed to be crooked. I have such a difficulty cutting today. It's a good thing I'm not a cosmetologist. But look, it has a cool edge on it now. You know, and you didn't even have to really do anything. So that goes in there. And then I'm gonna take this and we're gonna cut this whole board. Wish me luck. Oh, don't celebrate too quickly, Tish. I was like, oh, this is going good. Until I hit where it wasn't going good, which is fine. See, now that we can use these strips. There we go. You're gonna fall on me, go away. We can use these strips. Oh, we need to glue them down first. Let's glue you down. You just don't want to stay there, and that's okay. But you gotta cooperate. There we go. Now we could hit the other side with the pinky shears and make them into like closures, or you know, whatever we want them to be. Open up your mind. Free your mind and the rest will follow. So I have these over, I tucked these over here on top of my thingy. And now we're gonna take, and we're just gonna, okay, first off, we need to move some of this stuff. Oof, I just hit the lamp, the light, or the camera, which is fine. You guys were ready for an earthquake, right? Okay, and now I'm gonna put these scissors back. Well, they were supposed to go back, but I didn't want to. So, pick these up, these over. There we go. And then, oops. So now we have that out of the way. Let's move this out of the way. Okay. I was hitting the microphone a lot when I was moving stuff, so I didn't want to cause you guys any issues on your ears, because I'm nice like that sometimes. 99.9% of the time I am. Okay, so let's cut this. Okay, so let's make I've got many of these, so let's make these into heavy tags. So we're gonna cut this here. And then we should be able to fit it here. And we're gonna use that because that's relatively straight. So let's do, how long is this? It's about 11.5. So let's do 7, even though it's not quite 7. Let's line up that piece with it. Okay. And we have these little dilly bobs that can make fun little flippies. So let's do 7. No, let's do 6 with the flippy. Okay. Oh, it cut. But we've got lots of paper in there, so yeah. See, we're gonna have to like go in there with some art glitter glue and glue these down. But that's fine because we got this cool little flip thing, and we're gonna have to glue that down. But that's okay because we can put this in a journal and flip open. You know, and you could cut the pinking shear. You don't have to use the pinking shears, but even on a backside of a journal, have the flippy flip open, you know, and have a little closure here or something. You know, that's so cool. I just really love that. I'm so excited. So we're gonna cut these 2 into tags. So that's about, let's do 3.5. And we'll have to glue this down, which is fine. Where'd it go? There it is. Let's glue this down. Here we go. I think we got a little lift right here. Yeah, we do. Just a little bit. Okay. So I'm just putting the glue back in there. There we go. You can cut them however you want. You can even turn this into a journal cover if you wanted to. Because how cool are these? Little tags. Now you put a little cluster right here. Maybe you can put some lined paper on the back side of this. Put a little notch here. Around the corners at the bottom. You got all kinds of cool stuff. And then there's another one that's a little bit bigger. So yeah, have at it, dudes. And then this one, another flippy pocket. You know, you could even score these and have them fold inside of each other. So I'm gonna leave these whole, this one and this one. But you get all kinds of cool things if you just think outside the pizza box. And it doesn't, you don't have to splatter it. You don't have to, you could do some, just leave it and do some stamping or paint with some gesso and splatter it, or just layer things on until you like it. And once you like it, then roll with it. Because, you know, you don't know till you try. And if you don't try, then you won't know. So I encourage you to come back tomorrow. I'll be here tomorrow morning. Or if you're catching this on the replay, I'm trying to go live every day until October. If you're catching this after October, I'm still gonna be doing live streams. So come hang out with me. Come see what this is all about. Let's learn and find joy in each other's company, and just have fun. Because remember, be kind to one another. Peace, love, and happiness.